Hi everyone, and welcome to this nanodegree webinar. Um, I'm sorry for the delay. I don't know if the audio is the best or the video is the best quality. I just had to format my PC and reboot the system, so everything is from the start. So I don't know if the configuration is the same as before. So if you listen about something strange, just tell me. Um, so this is our 12th webinar. It's been 3 months, and we are in the second webinar related to React Native. Remember that last week we had the webinar about the development environment, and we talked much about all the options you had on the export builds, export tools, how to eject an application and debug it. Also, this week we have to talk about Flexbox, and next one is about navigation in our views of React Native, and the last week will be about notifications. So this webinar will be something more practical. So first of all, I just want to leave you here some Flexbox documentation. We have the documentation given in the nano degree. Here would be like the guide for introducing yourselves to Flexbox, and see. Okay, now they give this tool. So now it's not. I see that my further research are also done by the documentation, but I think that this is the best guide you can have for a quick view related to Flexbox. It's also always talk about web, but if you can see here, they talk about the options you have for Flex Online Flex. So it gives you a block or inline container, the flex direction, row reverse, column reverse, flex wrap for texts, containers, or things like that, so they can just go down. Justify content, and we have all the options here. As you see, align items, align content. So it's like everything. Anyway, so this is a great documentation. Also here talks you about the order and things like that. Also they give you this link. You can see, if you best-selling tools, FlexFroggy. In my time they didn't give this tool. I think this is amazing. It's a very nice way to learn. We are in when you think about mobile, it's the same, because by default is column instead of row, but lots of times you are going to use row, just flex direction. So just think about web, and don't get crazy with because it's inverted. Just know that at the beginning is row column, and is like that. So, but I think that this is very nice tool. Maybe a quick read about these properties, play through the 24 levels of this. Now you can build the example for project for React Native. But in my case, I think that if you want to really learn Flexbox and practice it, I think you have this Flexbox Zombies game that you have to log in. It's free. Here it tells you the value, but it's free. It's amazing how it's a very long game where you will master Flexbox. It's like the Froggy example, but improved. If you know can see dots and that, he talks very well about this course. So I just recommend you these mastery games for Flexbox Zombies. And if you want to learn, if you like the Flexbox Zombies, the author has a part for learning CSS grid that you would need it for the web, not for the mobile application. Remember that a modern CSS development would be using CSS grid for complex layouts, and Flexbox grid for designing views like for the phone or inside the layouts. So here I think it's around 200 euros dollars this course, so you have to pay for it. So I haven't paid it, but I took the first chapter and it was like, wow, nice. If you know about a tool that can show you how to learn CSS grid or Flexbox Greater, I think just tell me and I would include it here. So once we talk about this, this is what we are going to do. We're going to do a YouTube clone. Okay, this is the view we're going to use as reference. Navbar with the 3 icons, tab bar with 3 icons. I just didn't want to include the other 2, and the scroll view with the video items. So, so that's why we are going to use. Let me check. I'm going to show you. This is the starting point, but I don't want to use it right now. So this is going to be a hands-on tutorial. I think it's amazing to build it by ourselves and learn. Let me check if I have the proper branch to show you. Yeah. This is the final design where I have done this view. Okay. And I have done this also view, the trending page and the subscription page. As you see, it's not working everything, but for example, in init page, I want to complete this. I will upload later at the end of the, maybe 1 month, YouTube, all the series about or the code for how I built this this view. If we click here, we would go to the video detail. This is just embedded video from YouTube because it's, I don't want to get messed with a video player. If I want to use a video player that it's compatible with YouTube, I had to eject the application, so I will do it in another part of my series. But here we have like this is not well formatted, just working. Subscribe, the bell, it's like we don't have the alerts here, but now we have this this thing. I just load the fake comments here and we would see the responses. So this is what I have done so far, but today we will be working on this view, so you can see how everything works, how we would be building some views with so I just break this old one. I just created this little project. This project just has just for not being like at the beginning of the lesson creating a project, I just did a expo init project where, let me put this is bigger. I think we need. So let me check. Tell me if it's too small or too big. But I just moved the code for that should be in-app component into a homepage component inside this folder. I added the images, the logo of YouTube, and added the data JSON that is just from the API. I took some data. It's not the complete data for the project. My idea for my series or for my little project now for using in React Native lessons would be like having a complete design clone of YouTube clone with just fake data or API data, faking things. After that, maybe use this example for the notifications. Maybe I will do it like I will try to make it there, and later add YouTube API for doing it working with YouTube, and maybe later make my own database with GraphQL, so you connect to your proper server. So I would have like two different clone apps, so people will see how you build a complete working product. So this is just the data we're going to use. So the first thing, let me check you how we're going to use this. We run it over the device, and what I just did was create a home page where we have Navbar, and I added we have the home page, and it has the wrapper, view style wrapper. It has the Navbar, where we should be having the list of videos, this content or context place, and the tab bar. Okay, so let me leave this. No, this is not the thing I want. Yeah, this is going to be broken. Let me. Okay, so here I have so that's in my other place. I have this. Maybe I can open it here. Maybe I think it's better to have its pictures. Yeah, I think it's better to have it here. Yeah, so I can't bring it here when we need it. So okay, what we have here is just our navbar is the red one, our tab bar would be the blue one, and the content would be inside. This is just a copy of the content, so we don't need because later this it will be converted into a tab navigation header, so it will be differ from what we have. But at the beginning we have to do things. So I just added like the styles. Just I added the container always flex1 to complete things. I added the margin top and constant status bar height. So expo sometimes when you don't do this, let me check you here. I don't know if I fix it in another way, but see, it goes into the status bar of Android. So with this constant from Expo constants, you have to install it, or no, I think it's installed with Expo. So I added it. I just added the background color white to see where is the container. I added an app bar with its styles. That's always just has the same height. Elevation, well, it's just a line here to divide things. Background color, and tab bar just made, maybe I can do it like this. but I think this is should be all out. So I didn't do anything, just we see the container, it's with Flexbox direction column, so that's why all the components gets in one below the other one. So the first place, if we want to do this, what we need to do, to take this to the bottom. A nice way for doing this is to add to the middle component flex one, and I think this should be making it, getting all the available space. We leave it because they have these height variables. If we didn't have this, they would disappear. So now, we have our header. So let's begin with the navbar. Okay. So the navbar has an image and this item. So we could say that this is one container and this is another container. So they are, as you can say, one in the other place. So first of all, we have to build. Let me come here to the navbar. So we have this. We would have, like, for example, we would have text, so one side, and a view with, let me check, because it won't be a text, it will be a view here with, I just add these things because if I don't add things inside it, my prettier configuration, as it's not the other side, okay, the other side. So I don't know if it's if you can see it, one above the other. So I'm going to do things right. I'm going to add first of all the image. So this image, YouTube image. So this one is done with the image component. So we import it from the view, and we have this image source. We just add the require, and this is over dash dash. Let me check if it doesn't work here. Images. Let me images logo, and maybe we can make a style for it called a style for styles dots logo. So we could be breaking it here, and below we would be having now we are going to use icons names, but remember that these are clickable, so we want to use the we can have the touchable. Well, let me add them later. Let me we're going to use the React Native vector icons. These are these ones here. The ones are the same of we use in class. We have lots of them. So when we use this browse all, we just come here and we just we search for the icons we want, and we will be having undesign material icons, ionic icons, etc, etc, etc. So we're going to use import icon from React native vector. It's not complete. Vector icons and material icons. This is from material icons, with the ones that we are going to use. I can't go showing you how I fetch them, because it's an hour video, but we add the package. So now how we add an icon, its icon, we put the size would be like for both 25, and the name here we want like the search one, so it's the search one, the name, and the other one would be the account circle. So we want this to be rounded by import touchable opacity from React native gesture handler. That's like that. So we just have to wrap all of them touchable opacity, and we have this. We are safe, so things will wrap, and we can add here the style. So because we will need to add styles to things, so styles right enough, okay. So something like this. So let's check how it works. Okay. So we come here and we add. So maybe we can have here our we could complete this in our own. So our logo project, we will be adding like the width for it, like let me check, 82, height 22. This is like the work you have to do with the projects and run. So this will be like YouTube is working perfectly. Of course, we can once we have the navbar, we can remove the red background, and now we have to add the unstyle to the right nav. So this comes here. What we have to do, we want this to be in Flexbox row. We want YouTube to be in the left corner, and this second component to be in the right part. So this would be first of all navbar. Let me add flex direction row, and because we are like if we were in website, we just use the content, justify content, and we add like a space between because we want to have both sides in the corners without any space. You see, now they are this comes here and the other one comes here. We can do like, okay, this is more representative because we have to do things here, but for example, because it's not centered, let me check if I can move this here. Yeah, if it's not centered, we can add, and for aligning vertically, we can align items center. So now, if we write things better, so perfect. And we can add like a padding horizontal of 15. So this is not so right there. Okay, so sometimes we can leave this as background white if you have problems with not inheriting this one, but I'm going to leave it without it. Okay, what we need to do here, these icons, because it's another component, another container, by default it's using the let me take the column, the column, the column. So flex direction would be row. Again, we want to have them in row. So and we can some separation between them with justify contents space around or space between. We see with the space around, we see that it's separated from the other place. I don't know if it's not very, no, it's I think better a padding. Let me check if the padding also is used here. Sometimes you have to go to the text, but it's working, so it's not a problem right now. Yeah, we have them, but I think it's better to have into the inside this. So we could be like, look at this, maybe adding for this text here, like a padding left of 10. And let's see if it's working there. Yeah, it's working. So this I remove it. So as you see, now we have a complete Navbar working. Let me check if everything works fine. We have it over there, more or less. I think it's smaller, but YouTube, and these are clickable. See, so now we have like the effect of clicking it, because this I didn't make it clickable, but these ones have touch opacity. So let's go to the tab bar, or how you want to call it. So if we want to call this tab bar, first of all, I'm just going to copy this tab bar, these icons for working with it. This is the container. So let's check. Imagine that we have 1, 2, and 3 touch opacity. So that's how we have it. Okay, so see, the 3 icons come here now. So because it's also in the Flexbox direction by default, so we add a row flex direction. We remove the background. We add a border color. We can add some gray border color like E5, 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 border top width of half. I don't know what. Oh. So let's check if it's working. Yep. Let me check if, wow, I don't know why I have that. Okay, that was because of the elevation. So I'm going to remove the green background here. I'm just going to add white. I just want to be sure it's white. So let's check if things become, we have the elevation. Okay, I need the, see, we have the the border width, and if we add the elevation 3, oh, we don't have, let me check to here, oh, we don't have it there, we can do this like this, so maybe border bottom. So we have the dividers. Okay, let me check. Yeah, because in my computer it doesn't. So maybe we can add something 1 and 1, so you can see it. So now, okay, you can see the divider. So this is working. Now, what we need in the top bar, we need flex direction, and we want our view to be like have some spaces around. So we need, as you see, this is the space between the icon and here, and this would be until here, and the space between these. So it seems like it's not the space between, it's more like the space around, because it has this kind of places. So we can't just justify content space around, and of course we have them not center, so we have the align items center. See that with Flexbox we speed things very fast. See there here. Now let me go into the naming for the, remember we have so we have, let me, oh, if I put it here and here, once it's reload, we need the home variable. Let me check. Yeah, they are for material. Sorry. Oh, name would be owner name, no home. This is the watch shot icon, and this one is the subscriptions folder. So icon. So see about them. Let me check subscriptions, watch shots at home. It's not subscriptions. So subscription, sorry, with the T failed. So now we have them perfectly, but we forgot to add, first of all, we have the touchable, but we forgot to add the text. So if you want to add the text here, text home trending and subscriptions, and we do that, and whoa, we have a problem. Because now inside this we have it in column, so it works, but it doesn't work perfectly. So what we want to add is a style for styles tab item, for example. Okay, so let me come here and let me check. Whoa, if we cannot, because we are in column justify content center, but align them in the old system, so it would be in the new system, so this would be not working. We need the align items center, if I'm not mistaken. See, let me remove this. Why this happens? Because we are in column. Remember that we have been justifying content with center and would be okay. If you are in row, we are in justify, so center would be like in the center of the place, and align items. Okay, so because align items would be aligning in this axis. Because we are in column, align items would be aligning them in the row, in the horizontal place. So that's why we are using it. I just leave this because if we have a time, if this were like bigger, like let me check, they won't be centered if we have a tab bar of 150, for example. I think they won't be centered on the Y. Yeah, they are. Yeah, perfect. So it's not needed. Because we have align items here, so it centers them all the children. So perfect here. See. So we have it here, so we don't need it here. And things go working. We can remove this. See how fast we are moving around. Of course, I have done this. I have my cheat sheet on my side to see the name of the touch and the icons, and we don't have the research, but I know. See, that's we are. I know. In my case, I'm not a designer. I've always had problems with my CSS capabilities. I think with Flexbox, with this CSS grid, we can't implement quite good designs. Of course, I'm not going with all the you know the things, but once we have these, now we have to make the flat list. So for example, what we need to do, let me check if I have everything working. Yeah, so for the video list item, I'm going to create a new component. I'm going to create a video list item. Okay, if you have seen, I'm using functional components, and because in these projects, even that we won't see them at the end of the course, or if we keep contact or you follow the channel at the end, you will have the source code for the complete project, or for at least the design part of the project. I don't know what I want to do with all when this becomes a big project, but we have this. I'm using hooks for all the events, so I'm trying to not using so import React const video list. I just list item. I don't have the let me do say it's hi video list item import or view text from React Native and export default video list item. So this is I don't have the snippet for doing these views, because if you create as a ZP, you have it with classes. I could have used it, but yeah, I have to create my functional component snippet. As I told you, I just reboot my complete system because I didn't have a space. So with my virtual machines, I was I couldn't launch. It wasn't working this properly all the time. So I just had to reboot my system. So I don't have my base complete guide. So let's check. We're going to do this part first, and let me import it in the home page first. Like, okay, import video lists item from video list item. So this is here. Let me style sheet. Let me copy the style sheet here. Container. Just and style sheet. Right. So what we need to do is first we have to see that we have an image above and a description, a container, a description. So let's add the image because this is going to be like this is going to be with the data. Let me import here the data. Okay, so we have import that data from data JSON. So for the data, see that we have items, and this would be an item, a video. So this would be a flat list later, or a scroll view, or wherever. So I just want to pass I did everything, but I didn't implement the video list item. So in the video list item here, I want to pass like video. I don't know how to call it. So yeah, I want to call it video. Video would be equal to data items and the first item. Okay. Whoopa. So let me check what is happening. Because Navbar. No, what's happening here? I don't think this is broken. Components homepage. I never sorry. Data JSON utils from data JSON. Sorry about that. So and we have so let me add this into a view. Video, view styles content. And let me add the I'm just being cold. So content and let me content was like flex one, if I recall correctly, and so let me check if everything goes here properly. We have the here will be the videos. Oh, sorry. I just added into enough bar. Yeah, use background color flex. So this would be. I forgot. I thought that I had. I just thought I had it written. So this is the video list item. Okay, and the video list item receives some props with the video. Okay, so if we want to add the image, that would be the first part of this view. Would be okay. We want to add an image, source, and we don't need to have the URI because it would be like, okay, we have, let me const video, it's from the props, props return this view. I don't know why it's not using video props, video. Sorry. So we have, if we go to the data JSON, we have data, snippet, video, snippets, thumbnails, default, medium, etc. So it would be snippets, thumbnail, medium, URL. And we would be having the width and the height, but right now we don't need it. So snippets, thumbnails, medium, URL, and we would be having the URI for working with. And now it's not shown. Let me. I just hate when this happens, when my let me quit. So it needs an style because of the height. Yes, because if not, would be like let's add it like 200. Let's check. Yeah, sometimes gets I don't know how to figure out why sometimes I get this thing working, but what's height? Oh, 2000. Okay, so we remove this here, and maybe for the container we want to add some padding for all the elements in this view. So we have, it is not showing, but it should be having a styles. Container styles, container. See, now we have the padding. What we need to add, let me come back with my little view. Okay, we have to add some data here. So what we need to do is another view with an avatar, a description, and the icon. So what we can do here is add a view that will have an image. I just added. I wish just added just a random user. If you don't know random user.me API portraits mail 0 GPJ. What I really use here it's let me take you to random user me. This is a quite nice API. I usually don't use it much because I now use Faker. Faker has, so you know, you have the random URI, and we have here user photographs, photos, ladies, well, for ladies. So would be like this. Let me check, copy. So yeah, we can use these women. So this woman that appears here. So we are more inclusive, and always the same. Oh. I will have it here and will be using when I need it. So here we need to give, as always, a style. Let's do like width of 50, 60, 50, height the same, and that's border radius of the half. So we have the image is height. Oh, they are calling me today all one. So we are, I don't know why it's not showing, but yeah, now we have this nice icon here of our user. Now below we want to have this view, so we can because we are using because we have this and this together and this one on the right side. We could be doing like the two first in flex start and the later. Yeah, maybe, yeah, we can maybe do something like let me leave it here, you know, like having this as a content and this as the other one, have them with a display row and with a space between, and later these ones as just fresh start. So let me check. So I styles, imagine that we have this flex, and let me do it like, okay, this would be the image. Later we would be having like a view with text description, one, description two, because would be the one first description, second description, and below this view we will be having like the image, and the image we can add it also. Let me copy from here from so we have it working. We just add a touchable opacity, so we are working, and we have like the things we want. In my icons, sorry, in my copy, I made it differently, so let's check if I can make it work the other way around. So description 1, description 2, because they are in the, so we have style, the styles container, description, we can have it like description, we can have this as description text, description texts. So our description has to be everything that goes inside our container. In our description has to be flex direction row. Okay, and we needed to have it let's justify contents. Let me check because it's not working. Oh yeah, first of all, this is here, description, nav, description, description left, so description justify content, this would be the space between. So we are doing this description everything. This that has to go inside here. Well, it's not working here. We have the image. Oh, container also needs display row. No. Style here. Style. Description. Styles, description. New style. Description text. So we need to have. Okay, perfect. So this in description left. Also now we have, see, row and row because this is in other place, but this is falling because this is not being working as it's not using the flex direction row. So because it has flex start at the beginning, this would be breaking perfectly. So wait, we can't add the container had a padding. We could add here a padding of 5 or something like that, and we could add horizontal padding horizontal of 10. So let me check if this goes properly. Description text, description 1, description 2. Okay, this is not working. Yeah, so description texts. Maybe we can have this here. Description text is the ones that we want to be padding horizontal. Okay, and we have this description tab, so we can like a padding. This we also need it. I think it's from padding from the top or above. And now we can't. Okay, so what we can do here is for the text one, we can use a video. Wow, video snippets. I need to go hurry up because we are reaching the hour. So the title for description 2, video snippets. Well, we could use view counts. With the use, let me copy this channel title with informator. And informator is something based from the Google, but from let me just copy it here. Let me add it to a notice file. Let's do things properly. Okay, this is like what converts the views into 1.3, 1.3, So import m4 matter from utils so this is working right now. Maybe we won't have it perfectly done, but it's working. We would be needing, like, this would be like in style fonts with 800 or something like that. Font size and font size lower above on the, but now it's working. And now what we need to do to implement for finishing this view is to add a flag list. So what if we come here, we just go to the home page. We have a flag list are a list of the best way of implementing a scroll view with a list of items. So we come here and we add the flag list. The flag list will have some data. So we get to the data.items. These are the videos, remember. Later we have the render item. This is the component we want to render. So this would be this video list item component. Because we are in the items, we just use video item. Okay, let me come here, and the key extractor is just, you know, for having the keys. Each video has its own ID, so we just go into item ID, and the item separator component, we just add a view with view style height of 5, background color of gray. Okay, the A5 E5 tour instructor. Let me check what I did badly here. Well, view color item separator components equals equals. So now we would be having like a scroll view. No, because it's not returned. You know, we have to use when we are with because we are in a hurry. I just do not want to be this video for 2 hours. Come on. Let me check. It's built. Well, I don't know what is happening. Why this is not? My computer froze. My computer froze. Let me check if I can. Let me check if I can quit here and create a new, just to show you the end of the video. Sorry for being too long. Let me add, I'm just moving this new. Sometimes happens, shit happens always. Let's check if open it would work. Okay, so let me I'm trying to open it. Okay, so yeah, start. Yeah, this if some of you knows how to remove this Linux problem where I get these crazy things, because I think it's see about this Xbox Optimize. It tells me that I don't have the let's check it. Well, as you see, this would be a running. See you. Let me give the example. Well, the data is different because I just wanted to, but I think it's here. Lucky. It's working. So I am seeing here the error for this. Just try to solve this with text wrapping. So so you won't be having this problem. Flex wrap and these kind of things, you know, because we had this little problem here that it's not fixed, but I don't have time for the redirect. But you know, you have this for yourself to fix it. Now we have a working copy of YouTube clone. So I know more of you, lots of you know, like the let me check. Okay, like the idea of giving all the presentations, all the views made, but you know, because I wanted to make a complex project for having later to show. I think that's seeing working someone and maybe even watching the problem that was left here. You saw that we can build a YouTube clone with without problems. Of course, you can do much things. So as always, if you have any question, please ask them. I am on the chat all the day, so we can talk there. You can make use of our one-on-one calls, and good luck with your projects. As always, I give you all the resources. Remember, Flexbox zombies are the best ones, you know, and very native vector icons also used in the system. For all of you who have watched the video, thank you. Sorry for the length of the video, but I think it was nice to see something working. As always, thank you and stay audacious. Bye.